before Nicki Minaj, before Cardi B, before Megan Thee Stallion. Before any of them even thought about picking up a microphone, there was one woman who kicked the door down for every single female rapper who came after her. Lil Kim, the Queen Bee. The woman who sold over 15 million albums worldwide. The woman who made hardcore a double platinum classic when she was barely old enough to vote. The woman who walked red carpets in outfits so bold that the entire fashion industry had to rethink what it meant to be fearless. She was the blueprint. Every female rapper alive today owes something to Kimberly Jones from Brooklyn. But if you look at Lil Kim today and compare her to the woman who stood next to Biggie Smalls in the mid-90s, you would not recognize her. And the story of how she went from being the most iconic woman in hip-hop to someone the internet barely recognizes is not just about plastic surgery. It is about abuse, heartbreak, betrayal, prison, and an industry that used her up and then replaced her with a younger version of herself. Kimberly Denise Jones was born on July 11, 1974, in Brooklyn, New York. Her childhood was rough. Her parents divorced when she was young, and her father was verbally abusive. She has spoken openly about the damage he caused, saying, "It was always men putting me down, just like my dad." After her parents split, Kim's home life became unstable, and she spent time living on the streets as a teenager. But even in the middle of that chaos, she had a gift. She could rap, and in 1993, at 19 years old, she was freestyling on the streets of Brooklyn when a man named Christopher Wallace spotted her. You know him as the notorious Biggie heard Kim rap and knew immediately that she was special. He took her under his wing and became her mentor, her collaborator, and eventually her boyfriend. He helped shape her image, her delivery, and her career. Without Biggie, there is no Lil Kim. But the relationship that launched her career also planted the seeds of the insecurity that would haunt her for the rest of her life. Biggie and Kim dated from 1993 to 1997, but it was never a simple relationship. Biggie was still involved with his high school sweetheart, Jan Jackson, and he married Faith Evans in 1994, just 9 days after meeting her. Kim was in love with a man who was married to another woman and openly seeing other people. She said in interviews that Biggie would flirt with other women in front of her and bring them around, and when Kim tried to do the same thing, there would be problems. She described the relationship as being like a job. She said, "I would never date a married man again. It is a job." But despite all of that, Biggie's love kept her tethered to him. She said him loving her kept her loving him, and he was sort of a father figure to her. During the recording of her debut album in 1996, Kim became pregnant with Biggie's child. She made the painful decision to terminate the pregnancy because she knew the nature of their relationship would not support bringing a child into the world. Biggie called her 3 days before he was murdered in March 1997 and told her he loved her. Then he was gone. Kim's debut album Hardcore dropped in November 1996, and it changed everything. This was not like anything the world had ever heard from a female rapper. It was explicit, confident, sexually charged, and unapologetic. Kim rapped about sex and money and power in a way that only male rappers had been allowed to do before. The album went double platinum. Singles like No Time, Crush on You, and Big Mama Thang became anthems. Kim became a fashion icon overnight, with outfits that were so outrageous and so ahead of their time that designers are still recreating them today. Her purple wig and one-breast-out look at the 1999 MTV Video Music Awards is considered one of the most iconic red carpet moments in music history. She followed hardcore with the Notorious Kim in 2000 and La Bella Mafia in 2003, which debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200. By any measure, she was one of the biggest and most influential artists in hip-hop. But underneath the wigs and the designer outfits and the platinum plaques, Kim was suffering. She admitted in a 2000 interview with Newsweek that men had been telling her she was not pretty enough for as long as she could remember. Her boyfriends would cheat on her with what she described as European-looking women, the long hair type. She said she felt like she could never compete as a regular black girl, and that she would never be good enough. Those insecurities were drilled into her by her father, reinforced by the men she dated, including Biggie, and amplified by an industry that constantly told black women they needed to look a certain way to be valued. She said, "To this day, when someone says I am cute, I cannot see it. I do not see it no matter what anybody says." Kim got her first nose job after Biggie allegedly broke her nose during their relationship. That surgery opened the door to more procedures, and over the next 2 decades, the surgeries escalated. In 2005, Kim's life took another devastating turn. She was convicted of 3 counts of conspiracy and 1 count of perjury for lying to a federal grand jury about whether she had seen her friends at the scene of a 2001 shooting outside a New York radio station. Surveillance footage proved she was lying. Kim was sentenced to a year and 1 day in federal prison. She served her time, and Lil Kim Countdown to Lockdown, a 6-part docuseries, chronicled her final weeks before going in. When she came out, the hip-hop landscape had shifted, and there was a new woman sitting on her throne. Nicki Minaj arrived on the scene in the late 2000s, and the comparisons to Lil Kim were immediate and constant. The colorful wigs, the provocative outfits, the fearless sexuality, the female dominance in a male genre. Kim saw it and felt disrespected. She accused Nicki of copying her image, her style, and even hiring her personal hair, makeup, and wardrobe stylist. Kim said, "She went and just grabbed everything that had to do with me, even down to the people who were behind the scenes with me. It is obsessive." The beef between Kim and Nicki became one of the biggest feuds in hip-hop history. Kim released a mixtape called Black Friday, with a cover showing her decapitating Nicki with a sword. Nicki fired back, saying, "Where is your music? Put your music out, and when I see your name on Billboard, that is when I will respond to you." The feud highlighted a painful truth. The industry had moved on from Kim. They had found someone younger, newer, and more commercially viable to fill the role that Kim had created. And rather than honoring the woman who built the blueprint, they replaced her. Meanwhile, Kim's physical appearance continued to change dramatically. By 2013, photos of Kim at public events showed a face that was almost completely different from the woman the world had known in the 90s. Her nose was narrower. Her skin appeared lighter. Her facial structure had shifted. Experts who had not treated her speculated about rhinoplasty, cheek implants, fillers, and possible skin lightening treatments. The internet was merciless. Every appearance generated side-by-side comparisons and cruel commentary. Kim admitted in a 2005 interview that she had gotten multiple nose jobs but denied other procedures. She later acknowledged getting more work done by choice, saying she cheated and got several features fixed up. But the deeper truth is that Kim's transformation was not about vanity. It was about survival. A woman who was told her entire life that she was not pretty enough by her father, by her boyfriends, by the industry, tried to fix what they told her was broken, and the world punished her for it. Kim released her 5th studio album 9 in 2019, but it did not generate the commercial impact of her earlier work. She has dealt with IRS issues and financial difficulties. She has watched from the sidelines as artists who cite her as their primary influence collect Grammy Awards, headline tours, and sign $100 million deals. Rihanna, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Ice Spice, Lotto, Saweetie, and Nicki Minaj have all named Lil Kim as an influence. Actress Taraji P. Henson said Kim inspired her portrayal of Cookie Lyon on Empire. The entire landscape of female rap was built on the foundation that Kim laid with hardcore in 1996. But influence does not pay the bills, and being called the blueprint does not fix a broken heart. Kim said in an interview about Biggie's death, "I miss him greatly. I was at a point in my life where I was really stuck and could not really move the way I really needed to move because I was so stuck on him being gone. He was a major part of my heart, not just my life, but a major part of my heart. And all parts of your heart have to be working properly in order for you to be healthy and live life. I was stuck for years." She also said she was deeply hurt by the Notorious B.I.G biopic, which she felt misrepresented both Biggie and herself. She said, "You just made a movie where you told some of the biggest fibs about Biggie's life and you basically disrespected my character and tried to sabotage who I am." And that is the tragedy of Lil Kim. A woman who gave hip-hop everything, her talent, her image, her body, her heart, and got back heartbreak, prison, replacement, and ridicule. She pioneered a lane that has made other women millionaires and billionaires while she struggles for relevance in the very culture she helped build. The wigs are different now, the face is different, but the voice is still the same. The bars are still there, the attitude is still there. The queen bee never lost her sting. The world just stopped listening. Do you think the industry owes Lil Kim more than what she has received? And do you think she can still reclaim her throne? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.